Oh, hey there guys. Welcome back to another episode of OctaneVision. I'm just brushing up on my 911 history. Did you guys know that Ferdinand Porsche created the first hybrid electric vehicle in 1899? Simply insane. Anyways, I have swimming lessons in the next few minutes, so enjoy the intro and I'll be with you in a moment. Janice, you're a dog, okay? I'll see you next week at 5 o'clock water polo. You better be there. Oh, hey guys, sorry about that. Let's get into something a little bit more exciting than just my personal life. Let's get into this thing. The 1957 Porsche 356 Speedster in this crazy pistachio green. This color is so beautiful and I think complements this car and the shape of the car so well. We have the tan interior, which we will get to as well, which is just even more throwing this thing over the top. This is awesome. But let's go back in time and kind of set the stage. So in 1948, Ferry Porsche had this dream of his to build a car that was lightweight and that didn't have a ton of power, because he thought you don't need a lot of power. What you need is the complete opposite to make a good driving experience, and this is where this came in. So the shape of this car was originally hand hammered with aluminum on a tube frame. We ended up with something that would start the brand off on a huge bang and carry forward for the next 7 generations. So let's look at it. The front end here, super beautiful, super iconic. Some people love it, some people hate it. Personally, I think that this is a home run and has withstood the test of time all these years later. We have this Porsche badge right here and another one right on top that flutes back over the hood that just gives this element of speed and wind going over the car, because this thing is aerodynamic. These Speedsters were designed for the US market. The US people, they didn't want the convertibles. They wanted a cheaper model that was more sporty, and this is what showed up. It's got the bucket seats in there and the windshield that's a little bit lower to make it a little more speed orientated. We also have this bumper up here which flows with the body line of the car. It's super simple, very nice and elegant. Old halogen lights, it's cool to see that. We have like this tiny little bulb in there. We have this striping that goes all the way down the side of the car, and I think it makes this a little bit sporty because it's a smooth body lines, and I think it helps break it up. Down here on the rubber, we got 165s with nothing special, just 15-inch rims. People used to go racing and take these off and hit the track and then put them back on and go home and see their wife. Coming back through the car, we have the side mirror, which is only on the driver's side. It's not on the passenger side, which is a very historical thing and very cool to see. We have these door latches, which feel really, really good, super solid, and the tactile response is very satisfying. A cut down version of the convertible. This is something that's, you know, simple and lightweight. We have the teardrop lights, which look good. I've seen the other ones that have the circles. I actually prefer this one here, and of course we have the badging and the venting to the engine. This car is actually fiberglass, this body, so it's not aluminum or steel, so it's super light. This car only weighs about 1,600 pounds. Back in the day, these cars were about 1,500. These cars had about 35 horsepower and could get up to speeds of 135 kilometers an hour, which is absolutely crazy. But last but not least, we have these dual barrel shotgun style exhaust pipes, which look so awesome, and it sounds even better. But let's start to look in the interior, shall we? Ah!
Wait a tick.
Tray bomb.
Watch out, watch out, watch out!
Oy. Let's get serious now. What an atmosphere to be in here, honestly. It's so open. All you see is the transmission tunnel here. There's no center console or anything. I mean, there's like a little, that's not even nothing.
That's not even nothing.
The interior is super cool in this car. Incredibly well done. I love that the paint carries through in here and you have this really nice tan interior and this wooden steering wheel with the tri design here and the Porsche in the middle. This is a home run in my opinion. It is so clean, so elegant, so well done. You have your radio system here and this 4-speed, your windshield wipers, your fog lights here, and this little mirror. I love the tri-gauges. It's super cool to see the tri-gauges on this. Very well done, very analog. The one thing I've noticed while sitting in this car is the position of the gas, the brakes, and the clutch. The gas pedal is a little bit forward and the brake and clutch are like this. So you're here and so you have to take your foot off and actually raise your leg up. Someone of my height has to sit further back.
7 hours later.
To lean forward for this, the 4-speed, which is no big deal. You know, you can live with it if you're driving this on a Sunday or something. These seats, not much bolstering to them. I mean, you're not gonna be pulling crazy G's in this car, but super comfortable though. I was a little bit worried about how this was gonna be because they're a little bit sunken. You have this little bench here, which looks nice, and this canopy if you get rained on. Overall, this interior is so classy. I would do a car like this any day of the week. Jesus Christ. I thought it'd be a good idea to wear a sweater on a hot ass day. All right, guys, well, let's get out and test out these doors because, spoiler alert, they're pretty nice. Without further ado, leave your guesses in the comments below. Let me know what you think I'm gonna score this, okay? Super light, super smooth. Oh, guys, that right there is a 9-1. A 9-1. Who would have thought? 1957 car, 9-1, but it is. All right. Enough about the exterior and the interior. Let's get to the juicy bits. Let's see how this thing rolls. Ooh, what a good door sound. Oh. Let's fire it up, shall we? Neutral shake like we're going to the bathroom.
What's going on, man?
Car won't start.
Come on, baby.
Come on, please. Please. Come on. No, I'm gonna have to bump start it. Great start.
Oh, she's not heavy at all.
No. You can get it going. Push it hard.
Come on, baby. Woo!
There we go, boys. Bump start, baby. What is this, a real 1957? So obviously there's a big elephant in the room. Fake is a harsh word. I like the word replica, homage. Generally speaking, I'm not a fan of anything fake, anything replica, anything that's not authentic. It just goes against my code and my value in my brain. Let's just set the stage for why I don't like replicas. In this example, this is a 1957 Porsche 356. Back in the day when these were first created in 1948, they were aluminum panels that were hand hit with a hammer, okay? So these are painstakingly built cars by hand. And to make something replica, just throw it together, it's just like a Rolex. Painstakingly put together a Rolex and you can go buy something in China. I hate that. So I love the craft and the time it takes to build something amazing like this. But in this instance, a replica, when it's done right, when it's done with care, when it's done with trying to capture as much as the essence from 1957 as possible, I can get on board with that. My hair is gonna be a little bit crazy this episode. As you guys probably saw that B-roll and will see in that B-roll. It is what it is. This is a very raw, unfiltered car. No power steering, very direct. You feel everything in this car. Obviously, this is not from the 50s, so it doesn't have that old 50s powertrain. This has been redone with a new powertrain, which is a Volkswagen Beetle engine. This thing pushes out 145 horsepower, but you may be thinking that's a little stinking bit of horsepower, that doesn't mean anything. Cars like this, they were purpose built like that. You have a lot more fun in a car that's light and nimble with low power versus something that's heavy and has a lot of power. And as I'm driving this thing, I can attest to that. I've had so much fun driving this thing today. It's been a blast. I really understand now why people buy these old air-cooled 911s and Porsches. You don't need a lot of horsepower. You don't need a lot of torque. You need the driving experience. And this certainly delivers on the driving experience. Certainly. Listen to that thing roar. Awesome. I really do like the steering wheel in this car. Normally, as you guys know, I'm not a fan of small little steering wheels, but this wood steering wheel feels so perfect. You get a good grip on there, and it just feels really elegant, really well put together. I think the one thing I would like from the steering wheel is maybe some notches in there to get a little more grip when you're turning, but otherwise it's a nice steering wheel. This car, in every four corners, has disc brakes. They're not the best, but you know, they're better than drum brakes. This 4-speed transmission is a lot of fun. You don't get lost in the gears. You're not going very fast, which is not a bad thing at all, but I find myself rarely getting out of fourth gear or into fourth gear as I've been driving this thing. I've been staying in third and second most of the time, and it's a blast to drive it in those gears. There's not a hell of a lot of low-end torque, which is to be expected with a car that only has 145 horsepower, but it sounds really good. I love those dual exhausts that come out there. So we've been shooting this car today, and just in the short period of time that we've been with this car, the amount of attention that this garners is crazy. It is a car that gets looks from every age demographic. We've had people that are young, we've had people that are old, and love this car. As we were filming, we naturally met a man who, this was his dream car when he was younger. It was such an amazing moment to be able to run into him and share this awesome car with him. He was blown away. This green reminds me of Porsche's PTS called Iridium Green. I would say this is more pistachio and not as electric, but it's very reminiscent of that. The color combination with this car is unbelievable. This pistachio green is so cool, and then you have this really nice brown tan interior, and it looks awesome. This is easily one of the ways that I would spec a car out like this. I think it looks so timeless, so elegant, and a lot of people don't even know that this is a replica, and that's the way it should be. If you're gonna do something right, do it proper, and don't skip any steps, and I think that's been accomplished here. Let's take this corner here. Hold on, guys. Oh man, this thing's so much fun. It handles really well in the corners too. You don't need to be flying through here. You drop a few gears, so much fun. I like seeing the kilometer gauge bouncing. It's really cool. You see the gas bouncing as well. It's not a reliable gas indicator, but whatever. This is awesome. Such a privilege to drive a car like this, honestly. When you're driving this thing, it tells you how to drive. You don't tell it how to drive. You can't be changing gears at the low end. You gotta rev this thing out, get it to that natural state where it wants to shift gears. That's where it's the happiest. But being that this is a replica car, you get some of the creature comforts of a modern car. So, we all know it's got that Volkswagen engine in there, but it's got things like Bluetooth radio, FM radio. You can even it's got a little microphone in there that allows you to take a call if you really wanted to. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. You get the old looks that are timeless and elegant, but you get the modern creature comforts just enough. You don't need Android Auto in a car like this, just enough to kind of make it modern and usable for the current age. So if you're wondering the price of this car and if you're interested in buying something like this, You can buy these in the secondary market for around $79,99 Canadian. That's not bad, honestly, considering that a real one of these is 250 plus. Oh man, what a thrill. When you go faster in this car, it just drives better. It's like those old 911s, man. You drive it faster, just feels so much better. So much response from the road. The smell of gasoline permeating in the air. Get out of my way, Honda Accord. These roads are for me, baby. All right, guys. Well, that's all she wrote for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like this format of us going back in the past and learning about older cars like this 356. Let me know in the comments what you think. Did you like this car? Did you not like this car? Do you want to see more of this in the future? I know for me, this was a very special experience and it's probably something I'll never forget. If you want to see other Porsche videos, I got a link right here for another video that we did just recently. Take care, guys, and we'll see you next time.